Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video, and today I will be doing a review of the Gteng T901F, which, as you can see here, is a pretty interesting and unique looking quad that features FPV capabilities. So it's got a little camera up front. You can see it's got a little linear dipole antenna here, and then it has a built-in screen on your transmitter for the FPV feed, and this is real FPV. It is not Wi-Fi FPV. I tested it. I was able to connect on my Quantum V2 goggles with a FR632 receiver, so just a standard FPV signal. You're going to be able to get out of that, so that's really nice. If you want to use goggles, it is possible. You get with it these four little prop guards here. They just pop in. There's no screws there. It's three little pegs, but I don't really like these. They're adding extra weight, and that's the thing about this one. It's pretty heavy because of the large battery and FPV system, so it's a little bit underpowered. But they don't protect it too much, and I found even some of them I had to bend out of the way because the props were clicking against there. So I wouldn't really recommend using them unless you really want to. And here's just a little instruction manual. It's not terrible English. It goes over everything pretty much as well as you need it to. And if you notice something here, it actually comes with two identical USB chargers. And that's not because it has two flight batteries. It's just a little USB to a micro LOSI plug here. So that'll focus. So there's the plug. So in your copter here, you have your battery. Pull it out. So here it is. It's a little square guy, and it is a 3.7 volt 1S 500 milliamp hour battery. So it's a little bit disappointing that it is a specific shape. You're not going to find many batteries like this, so you won't be able to mix and match very well. And also, a key feature, if you take a look in the back of the remote, it has its own little LiPo in here, which is really cool. It's a 3.7 volt 500 milliamp hour once again. So that's really nice. I think that it comes with its own battery for the transmitter. Mine's lasted. I haven't had to charge it more than once in a couple weeks. It's been fine for me. I'd say maybe an hour screen time out of it. I haven't run it fully dead yet, but it does tell you on the screen the battery level, so that's pretty nice. And as for the quad, the battery door, it's a pretty tight fit in there. They want you to stuff all the cables in there, but it's not good for it. So basically, I just cut two little slits in the battery door so I can put the wires through like this, and then that closes up. Still a little tight to get it closed because I kind of half broke the clip, but then I can just plug in the cables outside the quad there. It's not quite as clean. You'd be keeping it inside the body otherwise, but it's a lot easier this way, and then you don't have to remove it to charge. So we turn on the remote here. You can hear the beep, and you have to turn on the quad first because it does that automatic beep, and then you go up, down, and then you have power here. And as you can see, the screen did not turn on, which I think is a good feature because if you don't want to use it, you don't have to waste battery. You have this little power button, so you click that, turn it on, and there you have it. There's the screen. So you can see there's very little lag. There's just a little bit, but it's pretty good, and the frame rate's not so good. It's got a little dropout, but it's definitely not the worst that I have seen. And on the screen here, let's take a look. Here is the video button, so if you click that, it will start a video. If you can see here, it'll show you your recording time in red seconds here. So stop that. See, it says HD up here, and here is your screen battery level of the screen. This button here is photos. Click that, and I'll take a picture quick. And these two buttons are for the brightness of the screen, which I am very happy that this is included. And as you can see, it says I have 88,000 pictures left up there because I have a 32 gigabyte SD card in there. So if you click these buttons, you can go your brightness all the way up. And this actually is bright enough to be viewed in sun. It's not the best, but it is better than others, so I'm very happy about that. Let's just turn this off so we can go over the rest of the features. You've got your four standard trims right here for your throttle, yaw, pitch, and roll. To recalibrate the quad, you put both sticks down into the outside corners like that. To change your rates, you click in the left stick, you push down on the left joystick, and it cycles through 3 rates, low, medium, high, and it defaults when you turn it on to medium. So if you click it once, you'll be in high. Click it again, you'll be to low, so that's worth noting. And then your right stick, if you click that down and in and give a direction, it'll do a flip in that direction. This has very nice, tight, solid flips. Pretty much really good flips, I would say. And then on your back, shoulder buttons, this is the left side. You have 2 fake buttons over here. They don't click in. But on the right side, these are both functional. The rear one is activating headless mode and the lights flash. And the front one activates return to home. And now for the headless mode, it's actually good because it remembers it from your startup. So if I plug it in this way, so facing away from me, and then I'm just flying around normal, and say I turn it this way, it's away from me, I don't know what way it is. If I activate headless mode and pull backwards on the stick, in theory it will come backwards this way, because, and it does, like I said, it does remember it, so, but after a minute or 2 it will lose orientation, so unless you're very early on in the flight, it won't work. And then the return to home is basically just pulling back on the stick, so it's going to be the exact same thing as you doing it, except it won't stop until you get input. So the headless mode works, but it doesn't work for the entire flight, so be aware of that. Down here you have your little 720p Fpv camera. Get it to focus there. The quality's actually not that bad. I wasn't that the quality's not too bad, but as you can see, hopefully it's kind of hard to show it, there's about a 15-degree down angle on this camera. So even if you're just hovering, you can hardly see anything, and then you pitch forward to move forward, and then you're just looking at grass. So they kind of shot themselves in the foot with this, I think, the FPV camera being pointed downwards, because you can't really use the FPV screen unless you're up really high looking at something like your house and you want to get a shot, to take a picture. You can line up the shot. So I'd say it's more of a filming, lining up the shot, rather than an immersive flying around. It has little blue, these are not foam, these are rubber landing feet, and those are actually quite good. They're nice and soft, give it a good landing. And then you've got little LEDs. I can show you here, plug this in. Little LEDs on the arms. I think it's got, yeah, blue in the front and white in the rear. They're quite bright, however, they're sunk into the arms, so you can only see them directly from below. So it's kind of disappointing. Over here, you have these little fins that as you go forward, they suck air into the body, because the video transmitter and battery are going to get quite hot in there. So it's good that those are there to help keep it a little bit cooler. And then you have your little SD card slot, micro SD, and I don't think it came with one. I might have lost it, but I'm just using one of my SD cards in there. And it does record natively. It does not record the FPV stream, which is good because you won't have any interference in your video. However, that will induce a little bit extra lag. Let's see, the charge times off the charger, they're both the exact same. Are about 1 hour and 10 minutes. I found in flight times I've been getting about 6 minutes of flight, so you know it is a heavier quad with the FPV system in there, so they added a 500 milliamp hour battery to try and counteract that, which did bring the thrust down a little bit, the power, but you know, overall it's not too bad. It's kind of a medium compromise between power and flight time, I would say. And it flies pretty well. It's kind of a swoopy, it's a weird feeling because it doesn't always hold the angle, it kind of changes. But other than that, it flies pretty well, and it's a pretty fast quad. And I think I quite like it, you know, for what it is. I think it does it pretty well, and I just like the look of it. For the FPV feed, they want you to have the antenna. There's like a little holder built into the body here to slide it in there. But I found that if you just leave it hanging out straight down, you will get a little bit better range. I've been getting maybe 50 meters before the signal cuts out. The video signal, because your radio control is still farther than that, so that's good to know. Anything else? No, I think that's it. I'll leave a link down below to check it out from GearBest. Link, they sent this to me to review, so thank you for that. And now let's go check out a flight footage. Alright, here we are outdoors for the flight of the Gteng T901F. Got an SD card inserted there, so let's turn on the quad. You have to do it in this order, and I'm going to point it out for headless mode there. Turn on the remote. Turn on the screen and up down the throttle. We should be ready to go there. Not sure why I'm not getting a signal. There it goes. Just wasn't going. And just to note that I was able to get the FPV feed with my Quantum V2 goggles, so it is real FPV that you can get. So let's just start it here, and let's just take off. It automatically defaults to mid rates when you start. So when you click the, whoops, got a lot of power on a full battery. You click the left stick to change rate. So now I'm in low. There's 3 rates. So this is low rates yaw right there. So pretty slow. And this is low rates pitch, but a nice, good, decent, slow beginner rate. Click the stick. Now we're in mid rates. Gets quite a bit faster. Let's go to high rates. Now we got nice pitch and nice yaw. You can get some good speed. It kind of has, seems like a little washout. Like, it doesn't hold its angle all that well, but it is still flying pretty decent and pretty fast. So let's bring it in and I'll show you the yaw. So here is high rates yaw. So, you know, not too bad, but not great. Let's bring it in. If you click the right stick and then give a direction, it will do a flip. And this one does fantastic flips. It's really stable. Let me trim it a little. So there's some flips. Alright, so let's do some recording actually. So, or hold on, let me try and show you the screen. I can't really, because then I have to watch it. Okay, so let's just record, hitting the record button, and it's now saying we are recording on the screen. So you can show around here. Let me just try and fly a little bit of FPV. You can see me there. Whoop. Hit the ground there. Underestimated the lack of power there on the way down. And I lost a prop. That's one thing I've been noticing. The props fall off really easy in a crash, so I definitely recommend getting some spares if you have this guy. Let's take back off. And it's really disappointing, I'm going to go back down to mid rates, that this has, it has, what was I going to say? Oh, a downward angle on the camera. So that makes FPV really hard, because if anything, it should be flat or an upward angle. So like if you can see here, it's hard to see anything other than the ground, unless you stay really level. So let me try and fly through the woodshed here. A little lag on the feed, not really lag, just lack of precision on the control. I can't, it's so weird. Oh, I hit something. Almost hit myself. Alright, I went through and I hit a leaf, so let's stop the recording there. Go back into high rates. And just do a little more fast flying. It does have some pretty good speed to this. Let's try and do a full speed pass here. Losing power, I think. I think it's starting to rain actually. Alright, so let's try the headless mode. So I have it turned sideways, and I pointed with it going out, so let's hit headless mode. And, no, that wasn't working, maybe. No, it's been too long, it's too far off, so if I hit return to home, which is the other button, yeah, it's going away. So that hasn't held its bearing. I found it does for like a minute or two. Like a minute or two, but after that, not too long. Guess that was good enough, so let's just hover up close here. And there we go, that'll be good enough for the review of the Gteng T901F. Overall, pretty interesting little quad. I do like the design. It looks pretty unique, and you know, unique with all the clones and whatever that's out. Everything's so similar right now. Unique is good, if you ask me. The FPV feed, you don't get very long range. The quality's not too bad. I like the screen, how it's inbuilt, and it's got a decent brightness level. I have it on max brightness, hopefully you can see it. The camera's definitely a really cheap CMOS camera, but you know, for what it is, it could really be improved if this had like a 5-degree up tilt though, because it has like a 15-degree down tilt, so you can't see anything, so you can't really use it for FPV. I mean, I guess if you fly at line of sight up high and then you look down at the screen and take a picture or take a video, you can line your shots up, but you know, it'd be nice if they just, or they could have just left it level and not give it a down tilt. But you know, pretty nice LEDs, not too bad a flight time. Overall, I do like it, so I'll leave a link down. Check it out below from GearBest if you want to take a closer look at it. See you in the next video. Please subscribe if you want already, and I will see you in the next review. Bye.